Have you ever felt like you're living in the past? And when I'm talking about living in the past, it's that sometimes when we have a not so pleasant experience, or maybe a super amazing experience, we are always thinking about that. And sometimes it's nice to think about what happened in the past and reminisce about the past and those amazing times. But what I've noticed is that most of the time, a lot of us tend to get stuck in the past. And what do I mean by that? So imagine something happened to you 20 years ago, 10 years ago, or even last week, right? And let's make that thing this small, a little heart, yeah? And that was 20 years ago or 15 years ago or whenever in the past. But because it's in the past and because our brains are made to protect us, what we tend to do is that we tend to create this little experience and we tend to make it huge, right? So maybe instead of this, it gets this big and then huge, 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 huge. And a lot of the times what we tend to do is that we tend to even alternate the past. So something not great happened to you, and then you add other situations or experiences, and suddenly that becomes the past, right? And it's like we're carrying this huge bags of invisible, unnecessary garbage, right? Emotional garbage that we don't need. And we are so focused in the past that we are letting the moments and the here and the now just go by. What if I would tell you that the most of us tend to live in the past in a state of anxiety or depression or sadness? For many of us, that is what we know. And look, I used to be like that many, many years ago, right? I was very unaware that I had a choice, that I had a choice of choosing where my attention would go to. And it's very simple. So I tell a lot of my clients that, of course, there are no real time machines, at least not as far as I know. But in our minds, we are constantly traveling to the past and to the future. To the past and to the future. And I'm sure I mentioned this amazing philosopher before in one of my videos, Lao Tzu. And he would say to us, or he said, not to us, he said, if you live in the past, you get depressed. If you live in the future, you get anxiety. So why not live in the here and the now? So what I wanted to invite you to do this week is to become aware of where are your thoughts. Are you holding on to that past that's actually even bringing you down or not making you feel happy or not allowing you to enjoy those amazing opportunities that you would actually be enjoying if your thoughts were in the here and the now? And this is why, in my opinion, meditation comes in place. This is why when we keep on breathing, when we are mentally here and physically here, we can be at this moment. You had those experiences, right? You're at the dinner with your friends and you're at a table and you're having a nice conversation, and what are they doing? They're constantly checking their phone, or you can tell that their thoughts are somewhere else. It's very normal, unfortunately, because so many of us are just not aware of where we are with our thoughts. So what I want you to do for this week, I would like to invite you to become aware of what am I thinking, and am I looking at my life right now as if my life, or am I holding on to this problem from 20 years ago or 5 years ago, or even like a month ago, and just reliving it over and over and over and over and over? Is that actually productive? And I know that not many people want to hear this, but sometimes people like to hold on to these emotional burdens because it's what we know. And the thing about personal development is that you do get out of your comfort zone, and by getting out of your comfort zone, sometimes, that might be the zone where you might be calm and no stress and have all the tools to really regulate your emotions. But because we're not used to that, We want to go back and relive that. So I want you to become conscious of what are your thoughts? Where are you living? Are you in the past or in the future? I know that in many of my coaching, with my coaching clients or my trainings, I go much more in depth, but I have to keep it short and simple for now. So for now, just I want you to become aware of what you're thinking and how much luggage, invisible luggage, emotional luggage are you carrying with you? And is it worth it? Most of the time, it won't be worth it. So I send you much love. Remember to take care of yourself, breathe, be kind to yourself, love yourself, and I will see you next time. Doei. Ciao. Thanks.